Welcome to the Fantasy Champions Fantasy Football Podcast. Here's your host, Morgan Colby and Rick Lemon.
What's crack-a-lackin', Fantasy Champs? A little late this week. A little late.
Just a tad bit.
My name's Morgan Colby. I got Rick Lemon with me as always. Rick, he's got some new digs over there, some new job, and he is now recording later. So this week has been
I'm not selling drugs anymore. I'm selling special kinds of drugs. A specialty drug.
Oh boy. But anyway, so we're here. We're back. We are going to bring you some content for this week. I feel like it's been forever, even though it's really only been like 2 days. For almost been like a week since we recorded, but we are full-fledged into the off season. It's June 21st. 4th of July is coming up. Basketball just ended. Hockey's about to end. So all I got is me, a bubbly, and the Red Sox.
Let's go, Red Sox.
So that sucks. And trying to get, any fantasy dynasty commissioners out there would know this, trying to get a plethora of individuals to pay so I can do a rookie draft, before September. That'd be nice.
Good luck with that.
One league, I think we got 4 guys left. So I'm just going to track them down or kick them out.
Track them down and kick them out.
Yeah,
Track them down and kick them out.
But anyway, welcome on into the Fantasy Champions Fantasy Football Podcast. Today we're going to bring a mock draft. In case you didn't see it on the screen, we got a mock draft 4.0 for you today. And we are going to, I think mocking is the best way to anticipate and practice your way to at least a good draft. It's not I don't know. Would you say it is the most important? It probably is the most important part of your championship run.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I don't know if I would say it's the most important, but it definitely is very important, and it gives you quite the head start over everybody else.
But mock drafting gives you the ability to prepare for your draft, and practicing and watching other people draft give you a better idea of where guys are going to go and if you can take them in certain vicinities. So when you roll up to your draft, you're prepared, for the crazy guy who drafts Nick Chubb 101.
We already know Kyle Pitts is a first-round pick.
Yeah, seriously. So you can prepare for people being psychopaths, and you can also, find the gems where you're going to get them. So we're going to give you a mock draft today, kind of show you where our minds go in mock drafts and in real drafts, and kind of break that down. Before we do, check out our website, fantasychampions.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Website's back up, by the way. I fixed it. So we're good there. If you're listening on a podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, or any other podcast platforms, please leave a review, share this podcast with your friends. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, like, and comment down below any questions you may have for Rick or I. And we'll jump into this mock draft right away because I'm trying to get out of here in 25 minutes. I got dinner to eat.
Yeah, I have dinner to cook that I probably won't because it's going to be too late.
DoorDash, bro. This episode of Fantasy Champions is brought to you by DoorDash and Bubbly. It's not.
Don't forget about Dunkin' Donuts.
What do you got there though?
It's what's left of a blue raspberry colada.
Oh, you drinking the coladas?
Big colada guy.
Used to like the strawberry coladas over there, but this guy got a little too fat for that.
I'm a big fan of the strawberry colada, but they changed the flavor.
Did they really?
Like 2 years ago.
Oh, didn't they make it taste less? Okay. A diatribe on Dunkin' Donuts. How many? Comment down below if you even know what a Dunkin' Donuts is.
I'm sure they do.
Has it made it that far across the nation? I mean, the term America runs on Dunkin', is that a thing now?
It's I feel like the biggest in the Northeast, but it's all over the country.
I was gonna say, I kind of hate Dunkin' Donuts. to be honest with you.
I know. I have a love-hate relationship with Dunkin' Donuts.
It's like really crappy coffee. That might be the worst coffee I've ever had in my life. Besides McDonald's coffee.
Well, there's a Dunkin' Donuts at every stop here, so.
Yeah, there's no choice. I got so I think let's see. From where I live right now, I would have to pass, I think, 6 Dunkin' Donuts just to get to a Starbucks.
Wow.
That's a lot of Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, that is.
I worked on a street where there was a Dunkin' Donuts, and then literally maybe 2 blocks down the road, there was another Dunkin' Donuts.
It used to be, I don't know if you know where this is. It's like kind of near Freetown. I don't know if you've ever been to Freetown.
Yeah.
Shout out Freetown. There's a Dunkin' Donuts at a gas station.
Everyone's just like, this is what New Englanders do.
I know. We'll make this quick. There's a Dunkin' Donuts at a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Next to the gas station is a mini Rotary, like a super small one.
And around
And
it.
next to that mini Rotary is a Dunkin' Donuts. And again, I think it's actually just a regular Dunkin' Donuts. So there's a Dunkin' Donuts, a Rotary, and a Dunkin' Donuts at the gas station.
Yeah, it's a little overkill. Almost as bad as McDonald's. You can rely on McDonald's. I
actually think in the Northeast there's more Dunkin' Donuts than there is McDonald's.
Probably, but like literally every exit sign where it tells you where the food is, every single one has McDonald's.
True.
Pretty much. But anyway, we're going to do a mock draft today. So we probably should start that. For any of you that are, you have a small friend group, you got 10 people, 10 people that draft with you guys or in a league together. We are going to do a 10-person mock draft today. So you're going to be able to see that. PPR, 10-man mock draft. And I think the next one we'll do a 10-team half PPR just to give people a roundabout way. I think at some point Rick and I should do together a best ball underdog draft together.
That would be fun.
So, yeah, we should totally do that. But anyway, we're on Sleeper. The screen is live now, hopefully. And we're going to get started. I have pick 4. Rick has pick 6, and we're just going to go. What say you, my guy?
Let's do it.
All right. So, I'm getting all kinds of notifications about the Milwaukee Bucks making a trade. And I don't like that. But anyway.
Oh, this is interesting.
This is very interesting. So JT goes off the board, Christian McCaffrey comes off the board, and then Austin Eckler comes off the board for me. So this is actually pretty interesting. I would have to say, I'm going to pull this up on my computer. I would have to say I want to go running back because there's probably not going to be a whole ton of options later in the draft. Although this is a little bit shorter, so our options are going to be much more plentiful, if you will.
True.
So I could go old man Derrick Henry. I'm concerned about his ability to stay healthy this year because he is now 28 years old, and he has this would be his 4th season with a workload over 350 carries.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of work. I feel like I've come out of my days of Derrick Henry's a bust. And
yeah, it's too late for that now.
It's too late for that. And so he very well could play 16 games or 17 games and be an absolute monster again. And I could be wrong. And I'm betting on injury. But I really think at some point this guy's it's gonna catch up to him. Eventually.
He's due.
He's really due.
And it has nothing to do with him. It's just the position that he plays.
I feel like for us that's terrible analysis. Like it's really bad. It is
terrible analysis, but there's logic to it.
Like is that just superstition or it's like
it's not? I mean, how many elite running backs get to the point where they're 29 years old, which he'll turn 29 during the season?
Yeah.
And are still a top 3 fantasy running back. I would love to look at the stats and the history of that because it's very rare.
And usually this is like, especially when you have like 4 or 5. I remember Todd Gurley was like 3 years really good, and then he kind of fell off a cliff a little bit. This is 28, 29 is like the peak. Guy that used to write for us, Adam Hutchison, he does a lot of injury stuff. I believe it's pinned on his profile, but if you go to his Twitter profile and he has a chart of sorts that tell you the peak age for the type of running backs, whether you're a satellite or a workhorse or different stuff like that. And it'll tell you the peak age of where they play and then when they start going downhill. And for a player like Derrick Henry, that would be 28 years old.
I think he'll still be, good because he's going to get used a lot. But, I mean, he's an injury away from being done. And I also think at the end of this year, they're going to probably draft a guy and kind of move on in a new direction. I think Derrick Henry will still be an RB1, but to take him as where he's going, which is the 3rd overall pick, I don't think I would do that. I probably wouldn't even do that at your pick either. So it's up to you, though.
Yeah. So for me, I'm between Dalvin Cook and Najee Harris, and I would take Dalvin Cook here just based on the fact that I don't really know what Pittsburgh's offense is going to look like. I know what I'm getting from Dalvin Cook. I know what I'm getting from Minnesota Vikings offense for the most part. So I will take that over Najee in Pittsburgh. We both know that they're going to run it a lot, but I just don't know how efficient Pittsburgh's going to look. But anyway, I take Dalvin Cook here.
So on underdog, Cooper Kupp is the 2nd overall pick.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
That's coming. He's here at 5.
Do it.
I probably am not. Derrick Henry here is tempting though. Once you get to the 6th overall pick,
it is very.
It does become tempting. But the guy I was gonna take is the guy I'm still gonna take, which is Najee Harris.
Yeah, smart pick. Derrick Henry 1-8.
We think the workload's still gonna be there. We
just got absolutely roasted. I'm getting all kinds of sound effects right now.
We're gonna get absolutely roasted for a lot of people that watch this because they're gonna be like, "What you took?"
Did you hear the sound effect in your headphones?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So that is live for everyone else.
You gotta turn that off.
Yeah,
So Cooper Kupp wins 7. Which is a good spot for him there.
At least we didn't get the.
I actually like Derrick Henry there.
Yeah.
At the 108 a lot more than I do at the 103.
Yeah, like if you were sitting at 1-8 and Derrick Henry fell there,
it would be very tempting.
Quick question. We know his ADP on Sleeper is you did a best ball last night. Where do you land?
Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
I think he was. I don't know the exact number. I can pull it up, but he was top 5.
Okay. All right. That's all I need to know. I was gonna say, do you think he's going to end up being a top 4, top 5 pick in drafts anyway, or is there a chance that in a lot of leagues he ends up falling to 1-7, 1-8 because people are worried about the same thing we are? Or maybe we just ahead of the curve.
No, it's possible, but I think he's probably going to stay top 5 because people love the player. But,
okay.
Jamar Chase 1-9, Joe Mixon 1-10. Devontae Adams at 2-1. My guy, DeAndre Swift, 2-2. Stephon Diggs, 2-3. Travis Kelce, 2-4. Nick Chubb is a top available player. I have tweeted this, but I don't know if I think I said it on the podcast before too. I'm kind of out on Nick Chubb this year, which is sad. I still would take him. I don't think I would take him here. I'm between Alvin Kamara and CeeDee Lamb right now.
Okay.
Kamara, his only problem is the legal issues. But if he's out there and healthy, he's still the lead back. There's really not a ton of competition. They brought in Mark Ingram to come back. Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas, hopefully will be back from their injuries. They drafted Chris Olave. So the offense actually doesn't look half bad for the Saints this year. And Kamara could be back to like that top 5-6 running back. So could be a steal here in the second round. And then there's CeeDee Lamb, who is this year's kind of breakout wide receiver. There's no competition in Dallas. The only other guy is Michael Gallup, and he's going to miss the first few weeks of the season anyway. Dalton Schultz is probably the next best guy. I think they brought in – no, I was going to say they have Cedric Wilson still, but they don't.
They do have Cedric.
They did draft the wide receiver.
It's going to be Gallup and CD.
That'll be about it. Yeah, so – it's very tempting to go CeeDee Lamb here to make him my wide receiver 1. It's either that Kamara. I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb and change things up a little bit. Because I usually go Kamara, but
I ain't got CeeDee Lamb in a single mock, bro.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Did I really?
because I have not had CeeDee Lamb this month.
All right, so I was hoping Rick would do the smart thing and take Alvin Kamara and Nick Chubb, so I could take CeeDee Lamb here.
You were hoping I would do the smart thing.
If Tyreek Hill was on the board, I would not have taken him, just so you guys know. But I'm going to go running back here because I think any wide receiver that I get now is going to be equivalent to what I get at pick 3-4. So I would take...
There's still Javonte there, too.
The question is, do I like Javonte Williams more than I like Alvin Kamara or Nick Chubb? I think I'm going to take Nick Chubb. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Nick Chubb. Let me just get back to sleeper and take Nick Chubb. Yeah, so I take Nick Chubb. Josh Allen came off the board. Mark Andrews, Alvin Kamara, Leonard Fournette, Aaron Jones, Javonte. Almost left him on the board for me. I'm kind of pissed off that there are so many wide receivers that I like coming off the board like early. And then there's like a stretch of wide receivers that I'm just like, I'm not. Yeah, like the third round wide receivers here. I'm not really.
I know.
I'm not a huge fan of. I will take AJ Brown. I was gonna take Cam Akers, but
now what do I do? Now what do I do? I was hoping you would take one of Saquon or Debo, so I didn't have to decide. Or that Team 5 was going to do that, but they didn't. So now I have to decide between Debo.
Yeah, they took Kyle Pitts, bro. Don't you know? You know, a team without a running back over here.
Right. Of course. It's weird. Man. This is a tough one. Who would you go, Saquon or Debo? It's between those two for me. I'm not even like Mike Evans. I do actually like this year because Chris Godwin's injured, but
yeah, they said he's going to open the season on the PUP, and we got news in there. Gronk is retiring, so
right. So Evans is good. I would still take Debo or Saquon though. I think, yeah.
If I were you, I would take Shake and Bake, and I don't even like Shake.
That's who I was leaning to. I do like Debo, but I think I'm going to go Saquon there.
Okay. After Rick's pick, Debo, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, James Conner, Patrick Mahomes, Mike Evans, Ezekiel Elliott, T. Higgins, and then Rick back on the clock.
Part of me wishes I took Debo because I'm going to take another running back here, and that'll be Cam Akers.
Oh, my gosh.
And
Team
Monty
5.
just went too, so.
It only makes sense, though. It only makes sense.
Sorry. Yep.
Yeah, Monty after my pick. Rick's going. We are interesting. This is an interesting draft for both of us right now.
Yeah.
So, Rick, you got Najee, Cam Akers, and then old man Saquon Barkley over there. And he's not even that old. How old is he?
That running back core, though, is I'm feeling it.
He's 25. Oh, golly. I'm going to take Antonio Gibson here in the 4th round. Don't love that pick, but it's
decent. You're going to go receiver,
but we're still not all the receivers I didn't like. Deebo Samuel, I would be like Deebo is the only receiver out of the group here. Like when you talk about AJ Brown, Deebo Samuel, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, and Deontay Johnson. Obviously, I'm concerned about Metcalf if he doesn't get a quarterback. We'll throw that to the side. Deebo is a guy that I'm kind of concerned about, and he's a guy that you could take anywhere in the 3rd round, maybe even in the 2nd round, and I think people will take him a little bit higher by the time August floats around. But to me, I'm not really the way Deebo wants to hold out because of not contract situation, but the way he's utilized suggests to me that he doesn't want to run the ball as much because it's more damaging to his body.
Sure.
Makes his career a little shorter. So he's like, I don't want nothing to do with that. And because of that, that kind of takes away a lot of what made him potent in terms of his scoring ability with the touchdowns last year. He's still a good wide receiver, so I don't know if I should be out on him or not, but I consistently every draft out on Deebo for whatever reason. Keenan Allen's not bad. Mike Evans actually great pick in the 4th round. I think if you need a receiver, I like that.
That is a great pick in the 4th round. Absolutely.
I know. And then T. Higgins is actually pretty good, but I just don't feel like any of these receivers, like even AJ Brown, like I just drafted him because I felt like I needed a guy.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind Deontay, but I'm not a fan of Metcalf. I like Higgins, but I think he has a ceiling.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's kind of the same thing. I like Keenan Allen, but he's also has a ceiling. And yeah, you with Debo. I'm actually kind of out on AJ Brown, so I am with you with the wide receivers in this range.
But anyway,
why we're both our teams are running back heavy.
But I take Gibson here. Good running backs. We got some good running backs. Brees Hall, DK, Deontay Johnson, George Kittle, Lamar Jackson, Darren Waller come off the board, and then it's my pick. The last couple years, I feel like the expectation for a guy by the name of Terry McLaurin has been, all right, this guy's going to break out. This guy's going to break out. This guy's going to break out. Well, the last couple of years, he's been wide receiver in PPR, wide receiver 29, wide receiver 20, wide receiver 25. So when is he going to break out? Maybe it's with Carson Wentz. Probably not, though.
Carson Wentz is the best quarterback he's ever had, which is
like, and I don't hate Terry McLaurin, and I don't want multiple Washington players, so I'll say that. But I'm kind of out on Terry McLaurin too, just because like I feel like we've done this.
Yep.
Keep looking at receivers. We got Jalen Waddle. I don't really know how I feel about the Miami situation. I do like Waddle though. I don't think there's a bad 5th round pick. I think it's a good one. I don't know what's going on in Carolina. DJ Moore has, we know what he is. So like last 3 seasons, he's wide receiver 16, 23, and 18. So he's basically a mid-range wide receiver too, which isn't bad.
He's had 4 touchdowns in every year.
I know. He's scoring more touchdowns. And then Amari Cooper in Cleveland, if Deshaun does not play, that's a whole other issue for him.
Right.
So I don't know who to take, but I'm gonna take a stretch pick. I'm gonna take Jerry Jeudy. I like Jerry Jeudy as a player. I've liked him since he came into the league. He's got a quarterback now, and I think he's gonna be the guy that gets targeted a lot. A lot of hate I've been seeing on Twitter for Jerry Jeudy. Don't know why. Don't know if it's because Twitter found out.
It's because people are hyping him up so much, and I'm on the Jeudy train too. So I do like the pick. I like Jerry Jeudy, but he went from like an 8th round guy to like a 5th round guy in 2 months.
I don't think he goes higher. I think this is the peak of his.
An underdog, he's a 4th round pick.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. But I do like the player though. So like if you're gonna, quote unquote reach on a guy, I don't think it's bad. See here, if Deshaun Watson was gonna play and you knew Deshaun Watson was gonna play, I think Amari Cooper would be the guy here.
Okay.
But who knows if he's gonna play and for how long?
Right.
Like if Watson suspended half the season, do you want Amari Cooper? Because he's going to be useless until Watson gets there, or borderline useless.
Yeah.
So I'm out on him. I love DJ Moore, the player, but his situation is so bad. And unless they get Baker Mayfield, which I think I would be back on board a little bit, but if they're going to roll with Sam Darnold again, and who's the guy they drafted, quarterback at Ole Miss? I forget his name for some reason. Matt Carroll.
Yeah, he's probably going to play.
Right. So, like, what does his situation look like? Michael Pittman's okay. I don't mind that, but you're kind of it's kind of have high expectations for him here. But I would think about that. But I'm going to go Jalen Waddle. I know Tyreek Hill is there now, but he's going to be still the number 2 guy in that offense. And it could open things up underneath for Waddle, especially if they just use Tyreek Hill down the field.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. And I'm going to follow it up with my guy, Allen Robinson, who I really do like this year on the Rams. So after Waddle, though, it was Joe Burrow, J.K. Dobbins, Travis Etienne, Josh Jacobs, those late 5th round running backs. I don't think we've seen that in a couple of years, but they're really good. I like those 3 running backs there. DJ Moore, 6'1", Michael Pittman, 6'2", Amari Cooper, Cortland Sutton. And then I took Allen Robinson at 6'5".
Yeah.
He's taking the Robert Woods role. I think he's going to be very involved. I think he's probably a slightly more talented player than Robert Woods.
Yeah.
With the same situation. So I like his spot there at the Rams. The next pick was Chris Godwin, and now Morgan is on the clock.
Okay. I feel like we got to speed this up a little bit.
We can speed it up. I mean, the first 5 rounds.
Oh!
What does that mean?
I'm taking Hollywood. No
Okay.
questions asked. I like Hollywood Brown. Always have.
With that reaction, I thought it was going to be like.
And so there's a couple of things that I was like fighting over with Rondale Moore, because I don't mind Rondale Moore to start the season because Hop is going to be out for 6 weeks. But with DeAndre Hopkins out for 6 weeks and Marquise Hollywood Brown coming in, I feel like he's going to get targeted a lot. So at least for the first 6 weeks.
Yeah. Like, he will.
I love it for the first 6 weeks because you can get him. You might even be able to start him, I get him in the 6th round. You might even be able to start him early in the season and then trade him away halfway through his run. But anyway, Michael Thomas, Elijah Mitchell, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DeAndre Hopkins, Kenneth Walker, Amon-Ra come off the board. I could go tight end. I could go Hawk. I could get my guy. Probably won't do that. I think I'm going to go with another running back.
Okay.
I'm going to go Miles Sanders.
Okay.
So I'll take Sanders here.
So now at my pick,
get some depth.
I have a question. How do you feel about Mike Williams in the 7th round? Because he was wide receiver 12 last year. I know a lot of that was in the beginning of the year, but
yeah,
he's historically a very inconsistent player.
So I feel like it's kind of a tough one because I feel like Mike Williams is a very talented player in real life. He's a great player.
Yes,
in fantasy, he's been very inconsistent.
I think inconsistent.
If you're like, for me, I like consistency in fantasy football.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's okay to have a player that is boom or bust. So I don't mind Mike Williams in the 7th round. He's not going to be starting on your team. He's most likely going to be a guy that if your players stay healthy, he's probably not going to start unless you need him.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great pick, especially where you have a guy like Stefan Diggs in your starting lineup, and then he's on a bye, and then Mike Williams comes in and replaces Stefan. You always have the chance that he could have a big performance, like a 25 to 30 point performance on a given week, that will replace that production that you got. And what is your expectation? Like, who else are you going to get in that vicinity as a backup wide receiver? So I like it. I like it a lot. If you don't draft the way we do and you drafted a quarterback or a tight end, he might end up in your starting lineup as a flex or maybe a wide receiver too, based on the way you drafted, which I don't like as much because I feel like you need a little bit more consistency. But you could also get, if you got a solid wide receiver that's very, very consistent early in the draft, and then your wide receiver 2 was like Mike Williams, I think that's okay because you're going to get solid consistency at the wide receiver position and then a possible breakout game from Mike Williams every other week.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Scott, I don't know if you got my text last night, but on Underdog, I think Mike Williams is a mid to late 3rd round pick, which is insane. He goes back to back with Keenan Allen. Like they're back to back with each other. So I don't like that at all. But in the 7th round, I think he's actually a really good pick. I did just notice, though, that if you hit roster, we have 2 quarterbacks as a slot. I don't know if this is...
Oh, no, I don't want 2 quarterbacks.
Okay, I don't know if you can change
I forgot to get rid of the quarterback. Let's just keep drafting. Then the ADP ain't changing based on the 2
That's
quarterbacks.
That's fine. I'm going to take Kyler, whatever.
Kyler
in the 7th round, I don't mind it. It would have been either him or Mike Williams, though.
There you go, buddy.
And the reason I did that is so I can snag my other guy here. But after Kyler Murray was Russell Wilson, the Hawks, Dalton Schultz, Mike Williams at 7'10" to me is very good value. Brandon Cooks at 8'1" isn't bad either. Jalen Hurts, 8'2", AJ Dillon, Kareem Hunt. And I'm going to take my guy, Darnell Mooney.
Say that again. Who did you take?
Mooney, Darnell Mooney.
Oh.
And then Dak Prescott, and now you on the clock.
My guy. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I will draft. I swear to God. All right. I literally just, as we were talking, Rick, I just bought Zoom.
I know. I noticed.
I
just got a notification.
So freaking ridiculous at this point. Zoom, why would you do this to me? Anyway,
I want you to buy the product.
I'm gonna take Rashad Bateman.
Yes, good pick.
I like Rashad Bateman. All these Ravens wide receivers, one of them not being a Raven. Oh my gosh!
Quarterback.
Trey Lance, really? We're gonna do this now? Treylon Burks, Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Matt Stafford, and then Trey Lance come off the board. So I'm not gonna take him.
I think it's because it's the
Honestly,
two quarterbacks.
I'm gonna say this. At this point, I know Thielen is 31,
Uh-huh.
and he's old. But last 5 seasons, wide receiver 9, wide receiver 7, wide receiver 63, only played in 10 games, wide receiver 10 again, and then last year he played in 13 games and was wide receiver 28. So why not? 9th round
So
pick.
why not?
I'll take Adam Thielen.
Fair enough.
Your pick, my guy.
Yeah, the AI is definitely taking a gazillion quarterbacks right now, so you're gonna have nobody. The way this is going.
Hold on a second. Let me pause it. Pause draft and
I
edit.
don't think you can change it mid-draft. Can you?
Sure, I can. Sucking egg rest of the league.
All right, so now you just screwed over the whole league. That's awesome.
That's what I do. It's what I do. Commish, baby.
I'm liking Elijah Moore here.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say too, Gabe Davis is another guy. You know where he's going in underdog?
Where?
He's going 5th round.
Gabe freaking Davis?
He's in the McLaurin. Yeah, he's in that range. So
that's nasty.
He's right now in this. He's a 9th round pick. So or 10th. So not bad. But I'm gonna go Juju.
Yeah.
I think he's probably a safe pick here. Solid option as the potential number 1 receiver in the Chiefs.
Yep. That's a good pick. I probably should have taken him over Adam Thielen, but
freaking Elijah Moore just got picked, so I'm sad. But we got Cordell Patterson.
You got Gabe Davis in the 5th round over there on underdog. You could get him in the 10th on sleeper.
Drake London 10-1. What do you think of that one? Devontae Smith 10-2. Elijah Moore 10-3. 10-4. I think so too.
All these rookies are way too high.
Wow, this is really gross. I could just keep stacking my bench and take Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
But I already have 5 receivers. So there's really no need for that. You know what? I'm going to just go with the flow and take my boy Dawson Knox.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
So you can have your guy.
I got Brandon Ayuk. I saw Dawson Knox on the board, and I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm getting him. I took Brandon Ayuk with my pick, and then it was Devin Singletary, Rashad Penny, Tony Pollard, Michael Carter, James Cook, and then Zach Ertz. I'm going to take Muth and call it a day at tight end.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
We know each other. Like
Olave is like
where are you picking in the home league? You're 9, right?
Yeah.
We're way too far away to screw each other.
Olave is the best available player, but I don't know why. Especially if Michael Thomas is playing. If Michael Thomas is, has the same foot injury he's had the last 3 years,
and he's a starter, yeah.
And Olave starts, then yes, right.
That might be
as of right now, he's the wide receiver 3 on the team. So I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, but I'm not ecstatic for it. I'm gonna go kind of gross, but yeah, I'll go Christian Kirk, number 1 receiver on the Jaguars.
Bleh.
It is gross, I know. Chris Olave is the next pick, followed by Mike Gesicki, James Robinson, Christian Watson, Rahamond Stevenson, Deshaun Watson in the 12th round, Isaiah Spiller, and Rojo.
Rojo.
Do I just keep going receivers? Look at all the receivers available.
Do you, boo?
My whole bench right now is wide receivers, so I should really change things up. But I don't think I'm going to. Now, which wide receiver do I take, though? We got Bob Woods, the wide receiver 2 on the Titans. Chase Claypool, who said he thinks he's a top 3 receiver in the whole NFL.
Isn't he, though?
Or I could take kind of a flyer.
Do you disagree?
Kadarius Toney. I do disagree.
Holy frick.
Man, this is tough.
Oh, wow, that was bad. Sorry, guys.
This is probably a little off the board here, but I'm going to go Kadarius Toney.
No, that's fine. I see that. I'm going to go a little bit off the board here, too, and I'm going to get my handcuff.
Oh.
I'm going to take Madison. Handcuff handcuff my boy. After my pick, Bob Wood, Sky Moore, Michael Gallup, Jameson Williams, Alan Lazard, and then Tyler Boyd. Rick, have we talked about on the show Aaron Rodgers' feelings on Alan Lazard?
I don't know if we did, but it was quite the quote. Thinks he could be the next number one receiver on the Packers. Interesting, you go Russell Gage there.
I took Russell Gage 13.
Stealing my picks.
Russell Gage.
Should I go Dameon Pierce or Rashad White?
Bleh. Do you?
White's got more receiving upside, but Pierce could be. There was a report today that came out too that said Pierce by the end of the season could be competing for the starting role, which is like okay.
Right.
How about you do that in the beginning of the season?
I know, seriously.
But yeah, I'll take Pierce just for the upside there.
Ugh.
And then Najee Harris, Kenny Galladay, Gronk gets picked. Retired Gronk. Followed by Tua, White, Kirk Cousins, and Albert O. This is my last pick. And I'll take a backup quarterback here and go Jay Fields.
Oh my God,
bro, you don't even have a quarterback on your roster.
Fell that far? Justin Fields fell that far?
He did. I just noticed literally don't have a quarterback.
I do now. I almost went through the whole draft without taking a quarterback. That is how little I think of the position at this point.
You're going to end up streaming, so good luck with that.
Oh, I wanted Fields, and I forgot to take him. Sheesh. Anyway, there you go. There is a total and complete mock draft from Rick and I. We kind of went like with similar strategies, which is interesting. But I feel like looking at this, there's a lot of running backs in the first 4 rounds that I would like be okay with.
There are. Even honestly, I think after...
Which I don't know if that's okay. I don't know if we should be okay with that.
Rounds like 8 through 12 kind of blow.
Yeah.
Honestly, after round 8, it all kind of blows, to be honest. But those first 7 rounds, like you can get starting running backs, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree.
Which you couldn't say last year.
There's some guys like...
Last year was like after round 5.
Maybe we should do this for a show, but just go through the first 5 or 6 rounds and have a serious discussion about these freaking running backs because I really don't know who we should trust and who we shouldn't. Because some of these guys are not going to work out, and we know that. And like this year of all years, it looks like that is 100% going to be the case, especially with these wide receivers like sprinkled in. Like last year, we had maybe, if you were lucky, there was 2 wide receivers taken in the first round. Now we have 3 or 4. So, especially in 12 team. But anyway, there you have it. My team: Jameis Winston, Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, AJ Brown, Jerry Jeudy. And then we had Fryer Muth, Antonio Gibson, Marquise Brown, Sanders, Bateman, Thielen, Ayuk, Madison, Russell Gage.
All right, I got Kyler Murray, Najee Harris, Saquon Barkley, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, Dawson Knox, Cam Akers, Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney, Juju Smith-Schuster, Christian Kirk, Kadarius Toney, Dameon Pierce, and Justin Fields.
All right, there you have it. We'll talk to you guys on Thursday. We're going to talk about QB sleepers. See you later, guys.
See you.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Champions Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes and YouTube and follow us on Twitter @TheFFChamps.